Hi everyone, it's Marilyn Opitz, otherwise known as BibaGirrrl again, and you can see there have been some changes. I've changed my hair color again, but it's been a while since I've done dark. I also grew out my bangs, so that's something new, and I decided to do another makeup tutorial this time, and I'm going to be doing some lip tips and tricks and showing you some ways that you can make your lips look fuller for the holidays or any time. But I'll be doing some like holiday color look for the end result. So first step I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the NYX lip liner in deep red, and I'm going to go over, and I'm going to draw just a little over the line, my natural lip line, because I'm trying to create a fuller lip. Now the rest of my makeup has been done. I have two other makeup tutorials on YouTube. I have one for the smoky eye where I used Mark products, and I was talking about, that's when I was selling, I was a Mark rep and I was selling Mark. I'm no longer with Mark. I still like those products a lot, and I still incorporate them into my routine and use them when I do makeup on others. But I also have a wide variety of other products that I like to use. So I also have another video that's where it's my complete makeup from start to finish. That was my first videos. That's actually my longest one. So I'm going over the line, and I'm not using the point. I mean, it's not, if you wanted a more precise line, you could do a point, but I'm using it more like lip color, and I'm doing the same thing down below, drawing just below the line and going across, and then don't forget the corners. I'm also doing a Cupid's bow, but not a very intense Cupid's bow. I'm not doing a super sharp point. If I wanted to do that, that would have a little bit more of like a vintage lip kind of look, which I will be doing a vintage, more of a vintage 40s, 50s type of a look video pretty soon coming up. But that's not what this is today. So I just kind of sort of like going over that a little bit more. And these tips are not something you do, like you can practice and incorporate them into your routine. You could, even if you just take one or two tips from this whole video, that can help you. But, you know, not everybody has the time to do all of these things at once, and I understand that. But if you can pick up a couple of things that can help you create the looks that you're trying to get. So my next step is the Maybelline Super Stay Lipstick 14-hour, and I have it all written down because I'm, you know, when things are written so small, you need reading glasses to be able to see them, but then you can't really see to do your makeup when you've got to see that. So I've got it written down. So the 14-hour lipstick in Eternal Rose, Maybelline. This is actually one of my new favorite long-wearing lipsticks. Some long-wearing lipsticks are very drying. I always like the first layer of lips to be matte and of a matte nature. And this is matte, but at the same time, it's not a flat matte, not flat matte. What it does, it has a little bit of a creamy feel to it, so it feels good on your lips and doesn't dry it out. So, and I'm doing the same thing, but using the slant. Of course, this is nice because it has a nice built-in slant. But I'm going over what I drew before, and as well as filling in the lips the part of the lips that didn't have color. And I'm doing the same thing here. Just a little part there. I'm kind of doing a little extra layer, but as you see, it's because I was pushing out a little bit, my lips already look much fuller. Now, And you can use any color you want to. This gives a very full rose, bright rose, a little like a pinky red punch. And sometimes I like that just by itself. But I'm going to kick it up a couple notches from this. So then the next step is NYX Mega Shine Lip Gloss in Pink Frost. This will go on top of what I just did and will give it a little bit more of a frosty look, metallic, and a little dressier. But I'm also doing the same thing. I am drawing it above, right up to, or maybe, you know, slightly over the lip line and the lipstick that I did before. And then I'm doing the same thing here. You can already see how much fuller my lips are. Now, I'm not a lip plumper product person. Say that fast 5 times. I find those lip plumping lipsticks and lip plumping glosses to be, I feel they kind of burn and they sting and they kind of like, I almost feel like my, even if they're not, I feel like my lips are starting to almost kind of like boil up, and it just makes me feel weird. And I don't even know like what chemically is going on, so I tend to stay away from them. Now, I have some friends who are like, oh, they'll use a lip plumping lipstick or lip plumping gloss, and they find that they're like, I love that feeling. I love that tingly feeling. I feel like that I know it's working because I feel it burning. Well, for me, that burning freaks me out. So the next step I'm going to use is the Bath and Body Works has lip glosses. And I love their Liplicious line. Now, the NYX lip gloss has a really nice flavor to it, too. But this is like the Bath and Body Works tastes even better. And we all like things that taste good. But this one is called Vanilla Teeny. I don't know if it's out this year, but it was out last year. And what I usually do is wait till after Christmas sales. I'll probably stock up after this coming Christmas. But this is the Liplicious, their Liplicious lip gloss, and Bath and Body Works, and they have all kinds of different flavors. I prefer things that are coffee and vanilla, and I like them scented candles like that too. So this has really, it's more like a clear, but it does have like gold and pinky kind of metallic flecks. So when you put that on top of, like, so say the rose is kind of like a pinky red, a bluish pinky red, like it has a lot of punch to it. Then you put the NYX Frost. So then I've now made it frosted. Well, this adds a little extra gold sparkle metallic to it. So I'm going to go over that. Now, sometimes you could just put it in the very center, but I'm putting it on all over. And then rubbing my lips together. And I'm still doing the same little technique. Drawing here and then going out and here and then out. And then just like, because my bottom lip is full, pretty good size, I'm just I don't have to do that. But let's say if your bottom lip was smaller, you could do that same technique on your bottom lip as you're drawing. And a lot of it, I call these like not only artistic techniques, but these are almost like drawing techniques, painting techniques. When an artist paints something, they don't just paint that, use the brush on the canvas. They use different kinds of pressures and different kinds of techniques where they put the brushes to the side. Well, I do that with makeup brushes, but I also do it with the applicators as well. So some people, you could do this also with a lip brush. But I find because I use so many different products with lip brushes, I mean, I would have to have 3 or 4 different lip brushes to be able to keep the colors from being too layered or cross pollinating across color smearing. But I would, I find that lip brushes can be kind of messy in your purse. The cap comes off. Then you've got that lipstick all over everything else. And then it's hard. How do you clean it from, like, I don't always wear the same lipstick every day. Even with this, there's 3 or 4 different shades, you know, it ends up being a mishmash and a lip brush, and you can't get it as pure. So if you're just going to stick to one color, or do color with the stick and then with the gloss, you could put the gloss on with the brush. I myself, I feel more comfortable doing it this way. When I do it on other people, I use a lip brush just for sanitary reasons, because then you can toss it out. But for myself, you know, and then I don't have to worry about that. So that's for the lip liner, the lipstick, and 2 different glosses for 2 different kinds of an effect. So now I'm slightly blotting. I'm not, you know, a lot of times people will blot and they'll really put it in their mouth and hold it for like 5 seconds. And that's fine if you have a matte lipstick, and that's fine if you want your lips to not to stand out as much. For me, this is a standout lip look. I blot a little bit just to get that extra messiness off. But for me, when you layer your lipsticks like this, what ends up happening is say you're at a party, you drink a glass of wine. This part will come off, then you have 3 other layers below that you don't have to worry about coming. You know, you have the whole night for everything to wear off. So what ends up happening is the first layer comes off, the second layer comes around the first course, and then you still have 2 more layers underneath. By the end of the night, you still have something on your lips, as opposed to one thing that comes off by the second drink, and then by the time you have a salad, or if you're out to lunch with a friend and you're eating you have 1 layer on, and then you have a salad and it's gone by the end of lunch. And then you go in the ladies' room, you're like, oh my god, I have no lips, I have to put my lips back on. And you always feel like you're out of sorts and somebody saw you on the way to the ladies' room. So, you know, as people say, only I think of these scenarios. No, we all go through these scenarios. I just talk about them. But so these are some really good tips. As you see, it's still bright, but it's not as like a harsh of just a stark red. At the same time, it's not a super glossy gloss. You know, it kind of goes with, and I think it looks good for the holidays and different outfits. You can wear a red sweater with this. You can wear a pink sweater with this. This is one of those things that it can go either way depending on what you have on. So if you have on something pink earlier in the day, and then you're going to go to a holiday party and wear something red, that will work, because when you put the red on, it will bring out the red that's in the lipstick. And just the same thing. Or if you're wearing red earlier and you're going to wear a pink dress that night, it will work. It'll pick up the pink. Will pick up the pink that's in the gloss. So it works either way. So I hope these tips have given you some great ideas. You can play around with them. I really appreciate all the fans and all the followers and all the likes and retweets, and I'm just so appreciative of everyone following me and listening to me and reading me and watching me here and following me here on YouTube. I'm just so grateful. I wish you all a happy, safe holiday season, and we'll see you in 2014. Bye.